I have a question.
Yes, Megan.
Have you played Cyberpunk?
I have.
Do you change the size?
I just choked on my drink.
I have not yet. No.
I just.
Steve,
I don't need to do that.
Excuse me for a moment. I got to go out and get this game.
Yeah, so Cyberpunk's kind of a fun, open world, futuristic, dystopia type universe adventure. I only wanted to bring it up because, this game it's been hyped up for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They've been making it since, 1973. And
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly. And they so when it came out, it had some bugs and glitches attached to it that it was taken so seriously even by the company that made the game that they issued refunds.
Yeah, I heard about that.
For people who bought the game. So yeah, even if you bought a digital copy, they'd give you a refund, and then you weren't able to play that digital copy anymore. Which is funny to me because it kind of showed me how much people were just bitching for the sake of bitching, because when they took the game away from their system, they were pissed.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, but I thought you hated this game with, an undying passion, usually reserved for Hitler or my ex-wife, and so it was just funny to me that was the case. Now, I've been playing it since week 2 of launch, and they've had 3 or 4 patches already. And these are big, giant. I mean, we're talking like 12 to 15 gigabyte patches.
Wow.
Yeah, they're huge. And so, but I'm going to be honest, I've yet to play the game and have a glitch.
I really appreciate you saying that, only because I haven't purchased the game solely because of the feedback that was given about how it was glitchy.
Yeah.
So
I
might give it a go now.
I've played it for hours and hours, and I haven't had one single glitch yet. Nothing's frozen, nothing. I mean, to me, it's a really, really fun, deep, involved game.
It's like, is it like
know the first thing I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Is it like, yeah, that's a...
That's the only reason why I want it. No, I'm just kidding.
The enhancements.
Okay, imagine being a kid and having to convince your parents that you want this game.
They probably don't even know that that's a thing you can do.
No, but eventually one kid's parents going to walk in, going to see him doing that stuff, and they're going to go, what the hell? I mean, how do you explain to your parents, it's just a video game?
Tommy, quit playing with your dinghy. Is a game like Grand Theft Auto on level 20? I mean, is it just amped up like craziness, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that. I mean, it's open world. You're in and out of vehicles, and you're doing a lot of there's a lot of combat. But so far I've just been doing missions. I haven't really gone out and just explored for the sake of exploring. I'm just kind of following the story, and I like to build up the character first before I go out and start attacking randos. But it's been it's pretty fun game, man. I mean, it's visually appealing. It's got really good solid controls, and
it kind of reminds me of, do you guys remember that movie? I think Will Smith was in it. It was like a post-apocalyptic movie, and they kind of wore, like, I feel like some of the outfits that get worn in that game, and you could like trade items. That
was that I Am Legend?
Was it a Will Smith movie? No, I swear it was a Will Smith movie.
Maybe are you thinking about the Matt Damon film by any chance? Where he had like that gear on?
No, I'll look for it and then I'll send it out. But that's, I don't know.
Well, Keanu Reeves is in this, right? Is he like the bad guy? Is that correct?
Yeah, he's got a voice. He's got an acting part in it, and which I think is cool too. I just think this is just another one of those things that just fell into unnecessary hate. I mean,
yep.
Now that said, I mean, I'm on a console, right?
True. Yeah.
So I'm playing it on the Xbox One, and so if there are true issues like from the PC and that sort of thing, then fine. But people on the consoles are wanting their refunds and all this, and they're getting them. And I've been playing on the console and haven't had a problem. So I mean, I don't know, And I'm a 51-year-old man. I mean, if anyone's going to have a problem with a video game,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be an old guy, right?
Where's Mario?
Right, exactly. And
Mhm. Yeah.
it's been a real fun game to play. So
Well, thanks for clearing it up because it's just been weird. Like I've heard about the refunds and people not getting the game back or something, being outraged by that. But then I go to the store and they're selling the game. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. I've seen some YouTube videos on it. Looks really cool. Some of the mechanics are not like some of the damage you can do to a car with stuff is not accurate compared to like Grand Theft Auto. But that could
I did see that.
be a bug thing. I don't know, but it still looks fun. Like, yeah, you can enhance things and the cars look badass and it just looks like an amped up Grand Theft Auto to me. Like, I think I would really dig this game. When it comes to like enhancements, is it kind of like Grand Theft Auto with cars? Like, you just take your body to a shop and you just choose certain things, or is it from the get-go you just can choose?
it's not from the get-go that you can choose. It's kind of as you go along. So
you have to get like money probably to do it, right? From your jobs.
Yeah, you have to earn. Yeah, you have to earn stuff, and which is great. And the story is a lot of fun, and the designs of everything is just really super cool.
Sure.
I love the look of this game.
Do you play on 4K? Do you have a 4K TV?
I don't.
Oh, okay. I had just heard that I work with a guy who actually has a PS5 and has a 4K TV, and he loves it. He says it's really like it feels like you're in it. Just the colors about it are really
yeah.
It looks
and
nice.
I wondered how that would look on just a normal TV if it's still very vibrant.
Yeah, and I have a super nice TV. I mean, it's not 4K, but I mean, it's still a new TV, and it's
curved.
It looks great. I've got a Samsung curved.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Screen, and it looks phenomenal.
How is that for gaming? The curved TV, is it better than just a flat screen? Do you think?
If I have a choice, I will never buy anything but a curved TV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a curved monitor and I love it. So I could just only imagine the TV being a lot better.
It's great.
It's easy on the eyes, right? Like you don't have to really look over too much.
Yeah, it is, and it's not so curved. Obviously, that
it's not like a U.
Yeah, you have to. Right, exactly. But
put your head inside of it.
I love it. I think it's really cool.
I've been playing a lot of. It's a super old game. I mean, it came out in 2016, but a lot of Dead by Daylight. I'm obsessed with that game. I don't know why.
Is that a vampire game?
No, it does feature. If you're into horror, though, I mean, it is a horror game. It does feature a lot of those characters. So Michael Myers. You can play some of the stranger characters if you buy the add-on for it.
Okay.
You can even be in the Hawkins Lavatory, but the whole concept of the game is multiplayer. And, if you're a survivor, all you have to do is go around and try to fix these generators before getting caught by, one of the killers that's out there. But it's like,
Sweet.
I don't know. I just find it super fascinating.
I never heard of that game. Wow, I'm behind.
I don't know.
I'm really
I
behind.
snap about it all the time. You can ask Steve. I'm sure he gets annoyed.
We need some game videos from you guys put on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm really out of practice with some of those games. Like I said, I just like Grand Theft Auto. Just get in a car and drive around. Relieve some stress.
This game actually taught me. So I was always really bad at the joysticks, right? Like I hate the joystick. How do you say it? Joystick? I don't know. I was always really bad at it, but this game has actually taught me how to use them.
Sweet.
So now I'm better at other games that require them because I used to just use the arrow pad.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah. What system is this with?
It's cross-platform, but I play on PS5, so you can do Xbox, PC. I think even Nintendo Switch has it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm glad you cleared that up about Cyberpunk because, it looks interesting to me. And, of course, you just hear the bad news pretty much, And, if it's a PC issue mainly, it's like make that your headline. You don't just try to shit on the game entirely,
Right.
People,
exactly.
People worked hard, just like with movies and everything else, It's just get a fair criticism on things. Going back to Wonder Woman when it was falling off the tomato meter, I was like, I don't give a shit about the Rotten Tomato meter. Like, they're wrong a lot. So, like, of course, people will pay attention to that and shit on the film, or game per se. Yeah, since we're in gaming, sort of, what are you guys' thoughts on the casting of Oscar Isaac as Solid Snake for the Metal Gear Solid movie.
Oh man, that's a good game. I don't know what to think. It could go really well or it could go really bad, and I worry that because they're doing a game to movie, as we know how the history of that stuff goes, never goes very well. So, great actor. I can't wait to see the trailer.
I'm excited for it. I love the video game series. I've played it a lot through the years, and Mitch is right. Translation to video games, from video games to film, is always got a stigma attached to it. Metal Gear is one that I'm hoping they can pull off just because of the type of game that it is.
Yep.
We see a lot of, like spy stealth type movies and stuff. And, if they could just do it right, like Mitch said, I think it'd be pretty good.
The first one has to be the brother, though. You can't, because some of these characters that they have in there are really like far out there, like Vamp and those guys. So you got to do something that's really grounded.
To start off with
the originals. Yeah.
Yeah, I think could be an issue. Like if you're trying to put too much in, I think less is more, and it probably could keep the budget down a little bit, and then you can just have more films after that and introduce other characters. There's so many, I don't want them to just jump the gun and try to throw them all in one movie. That would be just an overload, and it could fail easily. And, it's kind of a concept that's been tackled before, like Escape from New York. It has a lot of those type of vibes to it. But yeah, what do you guys think it's so hard to adapt video games to films? I know we've had success recently with Sonic, but that's a little different than Metal Gear.
I just think studios are morons. I mean, if they would if they would stick closer to the video game source material as opposed to trying to Warner Brothers it up, then I think you could see more success. But I mean, you don't, because it's just strictly I'm just not big on movie studios and the ego-driven politics that are involved with that.
Yeah, they just don't seem to understand what people want. I mean, watching these games, like I would put everyone in charge of a film adaptation easily, because that's how you're going to get the spirit of the game, in my opinion. But of course, they got to hire all these other people and put their own stamp on it, and they probably aren't even fans of it, so they're not going to really be that invested. It's just a paycheck, if you will, paint by numbers type of film. Assassin's Creed was like very hyped up, wasn't it? And it just kind of didn't even try hard to give you what you wanted. I didn't see it.
Well, I think
I saw it, and I didn't think it was terrible.
I mean, there's a lot of different stories for that concept, so I guess, you could easily just create a new story like they did. I think starting out, you probably want to give people what they truly want, and then you can go into more other ideas, something fresh, brand new. But
well, they need to figure out what computer game or like these video gamers want in the movie, because these cutaway scenes are good enough to be movies, if they had live action people doing it. So
yeah, the setup scenes are great. Yep, everything.
Right.
Yeah, just make that.
It'd be like them trying to make Call of Duty a movie,
Right.
It's just a war.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Megan? Are you familiar with Metal Gear Solid?
No.
No.
Not at all. Nope.
But you like Oscar Isaacs, right?
What's that?
Oscar Isaacs. Do you know Oscar Isaacs?
Nope.
No.
He's an actor.
Oh, yeah. Don't know who he is either.
What?
Sorry.
What?
He's a human.
He's a
He's a human.
He resides on Earth.
They've cast a human as a Solid Snake.
No idea.
They used his DNA to make a movie.
Oh.
Ew.
No, not like that DNA.
Didn't even go there.
I'm sorry.
A Ron Jeremy production. Yeah.
Right.
Isn't he in jail?
That guy's going away forever.
I was going to say, I think he's in jail.
Yeah.
The hedgehog's gone forever.
He's filming.
I remember when he used to be a celebrity of sorts, and now we just know he's a nasty old man.
I always thought that, though. He wasn't a good father.
Yeah, nobody ever grows up going, God, I want to be like Ron Jeremy,
Yeah. Hey, R.I.P.
Even with all the ladies,
Yeah. He's changing the dynamic now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Metal Gear, man, I'm excited to see a film adaptation. Hopefully, Oscar Isaac's not one I would choose, but man, he can definitely grow some facial hair. So,
I have to Google him because I don't know.
I think you'll know once you see him. You're just not familiar with his name, probably. But
wasn't he in? He was also in the Star Wars. Wasn't he?
Yeah, Poe played Poe.
Yeah, he was.
Poe Dameron.
Great actor. So yeah, I think he could pull it off.
Short guy.
Why though?
Isn't Solid Snake? I haven't known of the franchise for a while, or followed it. Solid Snake has a twin brother, correct?
Yeah, Solid Snake, and then you got Big Boss, which is like the DNA that they use to create the clones. So yeah, it's quite intensive. It's basically a program to make the super soldier, and his twin tries to like take down the U.S. government and like expose all this stuff.
I see.
Then, as Solid Snake, you're branded by the government to go stop your twin.
Is this twin? Is this a cloned twin or an actual twin?
Well, that's the hard part. Is that I think it's just a clone twin. So they use the DNA just to split and create. They try to create the perfect soldier.
Right.
And that's
cool,
the
though.
DNA that they use from Big Boss. Yeah, I mean it's a really intense, well thought out plot.
It's actually a bigger part anyway. It's not just Solid Snake. Like he's gonna be like acting up against himself. Like I think that'd be kind of cool to see.
Well, and that's the other thing is like how are you going to equate that movie? Because you've got Kodak, right? Like every once in a while, you need to talk to your weapons specialist. You need to talk to your your colonel, your medic, and all that stuff. So how are they going to like during a fight scene? Because every once in a while, like during a fight scene or something like that, I needed to talk to my colonel. I mean, are they going to stop the action sequence and like, oh shit, I better use Codex, and talk. So that's going to be really interesting how they try to figure that out.
Probably just be in his ear, and then there's like maybe a hologram projection, and he can choose things.
Yeah, because you kind of almost have a Bond feel to it a little bit because you've also got a doctor. Or not the kind of the weapon specialist that kind of, or I can't remember what his name is. It's not Otto, but he follows you around, and then depending on if you save the girl at the end or if you let her die is what you like get a bonus with. So either you get unlimited ammo or you get a cloak to walk around the entire game invisible.
Yeah, they'll have to change things. Unless he's in a game. Maybe that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
He'll just be in a virtual reality game. Nintendo Switch simulation, if you will, and you have to go around killing people.
Like Total Recall.
Yeah. I mean, it's early stages of development, but Mitch, you wanted to talk about